I bought a summer house that was made in 1918 by Swedish craftsmen that had migrated to Denmark because they didn't have work in Sweden. They built a summer house in 1918, then they built another one in 1919, and then they all migrated to America to find happiness in the New World. But because I took over this house and started restoring it, it's full of all these traditional Swedish colors like phthalo red, which is a byproduct of copper, phthalo yellow, which is a byproduct of ochre, like iron ore. There was something interesting about being a restoration architect, and also because the original workers had decorated with these kind of Swedish flower drawings, and I sort of restored all that and thought maybe it's not so bad, this whole ornament thing. Then I meet the king of Bhutan 2 years ago, and I've been to Bhutan several times, about 5-6 times the last 2 years. And Bhutan is an incredibly beautiful country. It's sandwiched between China and India in the Himalayas. It's the most sustainable country in the world, sequesters twice as much carbon as they emit. It's covered by 82% forests. And then their culture is entirely intact, maybe because of their isolation, but also because of a decisive decision to preserve their heritage. So they have 8 large schools where they educate wood carvers, artists, stonemasons, sculptors of various kinds. And in the beginning, we were sort of, okay, we're building this entire city out of wood. We're making the airport entirely out of mass timber. But of course, we kept it still in a relatively Scandinavian sensibility. And then on my 5th trip there, it started dawning on me. I think I had been exposed long enough that it started penetrating that, of course, we would have to embrace the craft and the ornamentation. So we started doing some prototypes, and we got a 3-month work visa for 2 wood carvers that have spent almost 3 months now. They leave soon, sadly. Doing different tests for the superstructure of this airport. So it's going to have this ancient, futuristic feeling. That's a kind of space frame of mass timber. So in a way, the material of the future. Because in many ways, engineered timber is one of the great ways to build low carbon construction. And we've gotten so good at it that we can make very large, complex structures. We're doing Zurich's new airport entirely out of timber. But then at the same time, we are applying the ornaments, the decoration, the carved dragons, hummingbirds, dolphins, whatever they carve into the structure, so that when you arrive in the airport, hopefully in 2029, it should open its doors to visitors. You not only land in a very modern airport, but you're also surrounded with this kind of ancient Bhutanese storytelling of carving into the bones of the building the story of the nation and the city. What we're trying to do and what we're trying to solve for is how can you create this new city without displacing the local culture and heritage that makes Bhutan so special, but actually enhancing and nourishing and enhancing it. So in a way, we ended up designing a city that is shaped by the 34 rivers that flow through the tropical plains at the base of the Himalayas, where we're using locally available materials, where we're sort of trying to deploy local craft, so that you end up with an urban environment that is anchored. Bhutan famously measures their success as a nation in gross national happiness. So anchored in the 9 parameters based upon which they measure gross national happiness. So actually use that as the foundational pillars of the city. So essentially, we're trying to sort of allow the energy and economy of the rest of the world to enter in a safe sandbox without displacing all the beauty and greatness of Bhutan that I think we could all also learn a lot from.